Lucarelli. Jesika Lucarelli is with us. She's from Great Mountain Guide Service and also a yoga instructor at the Anti-Gravity Complex. And let's talk a little bit about yoga. Welcome to you. Thanks for being here.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
What do you call your yoga class again?
So I'll be teaching Monday nights at 5:45 p.m. at the Anti-Gravity Center, right at the end of the access road. Monday is a great day to start out on our yoga for the rest of the week. Specifically, I teach Bad Girls Yoga, and it is an acronym. It's not just for girls, but it's kind of how it developed into a thing. So Bad Girls Yoga, so Bhavana is thought, feeling, and attitude. So that's the B in bad. Abhyasa is a spiritual practice. So that's the A there. And then Dharana is concentration. And Dhyana is meditation. So that's sort of the building blocks that create the Bad Girls Yoga. And then it's, once you get there, it's pretty traditional. You focus on timing your breath to your movement and relaxation, stretching the muscles, and just kind of coming back to your own self and your mat in your own time.
That's great. It looks like it's very in depth, right? And it's not just for, right. I see where that acronym comes from. And where do those are all yoga terms?
This is a Sanskrit, yep. And so that's...
What does that mean, Sanskrit?
Well, it's their ancient language. It's more than 5,000 years old, and we still use it when we're teaching yoga, when we're learning about yoga, when we're talking about yoga. So it's still relevant, and some of us are better versed in it than others, but it's...
But it doesn't really matter what level you're at, right?
No, not at all. Absolutely.
No. So you can get and enjoy it whether you're intermediate or expert or what have you?
Absolutely. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you find a lot of people that have a lot of experience in yoga in your classes?
Yeah, well, this all ranges. We have beginners. Last class I taught, there was someone who'd never taken a yoga class. And then right in front of me was someone who was able to kind of take the instruction I was giving her and apply it to her skill level. So it's definitely something for everyone. And you could show up to any class, and there's going to be brand new all the way up through to maybe very experienced.
Yeah, so don't feel intimidated. Right?
Oh, absolutely not. Yeah. No. And the music is fun. I use a lot of popular music, and it's loud at times, so when you're sweating, helps to draw the inspiration through the music sometimes.
Ladies don't sweat, they glisten.
Right. Well, yeah, that's true.
So it's on Monday, and it takes what time again?
Monday nights at 5:45 p.m. at the Anti-Gravity Center.
Yeah, that's great.
It's Bad Girls Yoga, but it's not just for girls.
Yeah. So stop on by. It's at the Anti-Gravity Complex. One of the many classes that they have there. But how many people can you accommodate for this class?
Up to 15. It can get a little bit close quarters then, but you can always adapt a class to who's in the room and how full the room is. So we could always change things up if there's that many friends that join us. So
sure.
There's plenty of room.
Now, what if it's a guest that has never been there before? What do they need to bring or prepare for this class?
There is a locker room at the Anti-Gravity Center, but you will want to bring any toiletries for yourself and also a towel. So those things aren't provided. You do want to leave your boots and coats by the door. So if you want to have like a shower shoe or the yoga socks, work nice. And there are mats available, but it is always nice to bring your own gear. Yeah,
probably a lot of people have their own mats, right?
Most people do.
If they're yoga enthusiasts.
Yeah, most people do. I have a few extra too that I can always lend.
How long have you been teaching yoga?
Well, I've been practicing yoga thoroughly for 10 years. And I've really just started to get serious about instructing in the last 3. So.
Well, you're obviously in great shape, so it's definitely doing the job. That and working hard up at Bullwinkle's, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, Body by Bullwinkle's. We actually just left there last night around 1 or last morning, so we had a dinner up there and a big turnout. We had a lot of guests. So.
And that's Bullwinkle's at night, correct?
Bullwinkle's at night. Yep, that's every Saturday night, and it's an amazing experience. You take the cat up, and it's a seasonal coursed menu. Yeah. The menu changes all the time. Yeah. So it's a pretty awesome experience.
And a lot of candles. You won't recognize it. Yeah,
it's completely different. It's fine dining, white linen. We we bring our A game Saturday night.
Well, I have to say I've been there for it, and it is truly a great feast. People should definitely check that out.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. And the cat ride down is really the most amazing part of the whole evening. Even if you ski with us, it's the only time you're going to get the vantage point of being on Chicken's Pitch in the pitch black with the whole village lit up underneath you. It's the only time you'll get that. So.
Oh, that is a cool, and the cat ride is part of it, and you meet some new friends and
Absolutely.
Have some great food. Stay with us because we're going to talk about Great Mountain Guide Service and a little bit about some of the other things you do. You do so many. We're going to take a break. We'll come right back. Jesika Lucarelli is here. We were talking about yoga, but we're here to talk now about Great Mountain Guide Service, something that you're very proud of, and tell us a little bit about your service.
Absolutely. So I have been a registered Maine guide for 5 years. I hold a license in recreation and whitewater. So Jason and I are here all winter at Sugarloaf, and then in the spring, summer, fall, we're in Millinocket area. So Great Mountain Guide Service, our focus is wilderness wellness, and so that's what you'll find if you book a trip with us. We have a few different trips. The most popular is the Wilderness Wellness in Baxter State Park. So that's 3 nights, and it's a guided Katahdin summit. We stay the first night at Roaring Brook Campground, and it's pretty fancy. We do a lobster bake, champagne the first night. It's car camping.
You rough it, huh?
It's pretty cushy the first night, and we pop bottles and we eat cheese and focus. There's our cheese plate, so that's a pretty important part. We do the fancy night the first night, and then we actually hike up halfway and spend the night in a wilderness lean-to at Chimney Pond.
Nice.
So that's the cheese plate there, and we do bring a cocktail for the jet boil because it's still kind of chilly up there at night. And then we summit on that third day, and we come all the way back down, grab our stuff from Chimney Pond, and then back to like our cushy campsite at Roaring Brook. And all weekend we focus a lot on breathing and different asana or yoga practice, and just kind of how we can integrate yoga and what that means for us individually in our lives, after the trip. And we work on Ayurveda, that's the 5 elements and how they, pertain to you and your specific dosha. So there are 3 doshas, and every one person is kind of a combination of one or more of those. So it's a lot of fun, and we get a lot of work done. And, if Katahdin's something you're interested in, you don't want to go it alone, then come to Great Mountain.
Well, you definitely don't want to go it alone, that's for sure.
Right.
And it sounds like a great trip, both spiritually and physically as well.
Absolutely. And the food's amazing.
And the food looks pretty darn good, too. How do people get more details on that?
You can go to greatmountainguideservice.com. We also have a Facebook page, and you can find our Facebook page, Great Mountain Guide Service, through Jesika Lucarelli, through my Facebook page. And there's a phone number, and the email is greatmountainguideservice.com.
Or stop by and say hello at Bullwinkle's.
Absolutely. I'm at Bullwinkle's all the time. So.
Bodies by Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Thanks so
Jessica.
much for
Thanks
having
for
me.
being here. It sounds like you've got a full plate and lots of things
awesome.
going on. Go down and check out the yoga class on Mondays, and then check out the Great Mountain Guide Service, greatmountainguideservice.com.